Hey guys, it's been a while that I've recorded a few of this, so I have a treat for you. This time it's kind of a recorded, so no callcast this time, but this time I'm the one playing. So it's kind of bad because I already know the outcome of all the games. It's gonna be 3 games in total. Today they'll be uploading from this series. I'll probably upload more later, but the plan is to at least do all these 3 games for you guys to enjoy, at least having me playing there. And that's it. Hopping onto the players themselves, we have Alex on Tevesh Kraum, typical Grixis value list. Really good, really strong now. Then it's me on Najeela, typical Najeela, getting warriors, infinite with the Revi, blah blah blah. Ace is on Mad Farm, fast combo, super effective when it works, and it's really strong. Then we have Jin on basically the same list as Alex, with Tevesh Kraum, with a value list. It's also really good. According to my thoughts, the dynamics of this game, since Alex is first, he has a massive advantage, considering his deck is geared towards the idea of lots of values, lots of strong cards. So the pressure is kind of on us to answer what Alex is doing. After that, on me is the pressure to keep the table life total low, so all the other 3 players don't go crazy with Nos. Ace is... well, Ace has to do his game plan. Just try to go fast, and if they have interaction, that's it. If not, well, he takes the win. And Jin, since he's last, he might need to take a more controlish role until he can catch up in tempo in the later turns. So let's see how it goes. So Alex starts off playing a Shivan Reef, and then True Life and keep probing Jin. Drawing a card. It's a pretty good start, not explosive enough for now. You may see that the screen says this user blocked you. It's because it's the way that we are kind of now doing the kit probe. So we block other users temporarily, so we can show the player that is casting kit probe without any interference or giving away information. Okay, Alex at least gives us the information that he can make a lot of mana, which is really good for him to catch up on the later, well, on the first turns. Then Alex takes 1 from the Shivan Reef to play a fish. Then exiling a monkey and casts a Soul Ring. Really good turn 1. Then on my turn, I just tap the Overgrown Tomb and passes. Nothing crazy, not feeding the fish, no reason to. Then Ace drops a plateau and passes. Jin, since might also follow the plan of not defeating the fish, drops a Dark Slick Shorts and passes. So Alex, basically, fish is worthless at this point. It's still slow in the game, which is good for me, though. At least my plan. Then Alex pays with a Soul Ring for the fish and drops, I think it's an exotic ore card, or I think it's a exotic ore card. Also, remember that die down there on Jin's board? Since Alex didn't have dice at his place, he's the one keeping the account of his upkeep. In my turn, I drop a Misty Rainforest and just say go. Again, no reason to feed the fish. Ace keeps the vibe going by playing an untapped Guiltless Shrine, takes a shock to the face, and drops Dark Confident. Really good setup with this stuck board state. Gives him a lot of advantage. Then Jin drops a Luxury Suite. And and place an imp seal feeding the fish. And here he will get probably value cards, because if you remember from Gitaxion's probe that Alex cast, that he said he had lots of mana production. So at this point he will maybe getting like a hard hitting like Betrayal, Breach. Well, not Breach because the graveyards are really small, unless he has like the combo already. But aside from that, he can get Ad Nos, even Skull Clamp if he wants to drop Tevesh Sat as soon as the fish is gone, which will make for a very interesting and powerful play on the turn. Then Jin will pass, and in the end step, Alex will play a Brainstorm. I guess thinning his deck and digging for whatever interaction he's looking for. I can't remember what's going to happen though. At this point, I think Alex has a lot of advantage, not only because he has the fish, but also the Soul Ring. The Soul Ring giving him 2 extra mana is huge. It's really big. So he's still deciding on what to do. Oh. Okay. He may have missed putting 2 cards back, or did I miss it? Huh. This is very interesting. Okay, so he pays for the fish, 2 for the fish with a Soul Ring, then drops an Underground Sea for a Dark Red, and casts a Kraum. Yep, makes sense. And slaps Ace. So, okay, yep. So, and goes back and forth between deciding to smack Ace. It's the correct choice, smacking Ace, even though we all are on Ad Nos, because he already has Dark Confident. So, at least he removes some power from Dark Confident. At that point, it will be an incentive to actually kill Dark Confident. It's not really an issue with Mud Farm, since he has Jeska, he can just like shoot it. Or Cooling the Weak or something. But he needs to waste resources on that. On the Alex end step, I fetch a Steam Bend Stabbed because I had no play at that moment in time. So it's like, why will I get a duel when I can just get a Shockland? Yep. So Alex at this point is screwing around with the fish because he wants it to get fed. But we only gave him 1 card and then proceeded to play creatures. So he's kinda desperate to draw cards. Okay, so I drop a Scrubland into Najeela, pretty normal, not feeding the fish, and passing. Then on Ace's turn, he reveals from Bob a land, pretty good. Yep, and then draws a card for turn. So what will it be? Will he drop Tymna? Dropping Tymna here will be a pretty good idea, since it's another creature and it's card draw. Goes to the fetch, goes to 33, and probably get a Badlands. Since that's the what he's missing. Well, he's missing Scrubland, but Tymna time. Yep, Tymna, and slaps Alex for 2, drawing another card. Yep. So he decides to shuffle better. There's no information change. There's no information he knew after fetching. So he's allowed to do this. He just wanted to shuffle better. Again, since everything's random and he didn't know anything about his deck at that point, I think it is fine to do this so. Okay. So at this point, we're all waiting for the fish to go away. It's kind of keeping Ace and Jin in check, so it gives me time. It actually allowed me to do a natural turn 3 Najeela, which is kind of crazy, considering this meta that is incredibly fast. Uh-huh. So at this point, we have the assertion that Alex, since he's the one in an advantage, and a really big advantage, he should be the one controlling the board. And Ace discards a Wheel of Fortune, considering he has a full grip, and he had 8, so he had needed to discard steps up. On Jin's turn, he proceeds to tap his 2 lands to cast a Dockside. A Dockside. Good. But it's pretty sad because it only makes 2 treasures, so it's probably mana cycling. Or, yeah, mana cycling more than anything. But it's also a way to ramp without feeding the fish, which is amazing. Oh, so at this point, Alex reveals to us that Jin had Baron on his hand, so things are dangerous. At any point, if that Dockside goes to 4, available 4 treasures, then he can cast Baron, bounce the Dockside with Baron's ability, and recast it with his lands, and goes infinite. It's pretty crazy. Going for treasures because it needs to go positive. If not, if you have 3, you go even, you have infinite ETBs, but nothing else. Okay, so on Alex's turns, the fish is dead. And then casts Teferi, the broken one, for cEDH. So he still has that half die, so Jin is the one who will take over as the one in charge of keeping the counters on Teferi. That die is not updated. That's the old one from the fish. It should go to 4 at this point. Yep, there's a die on 4. There we go. Thank you, Jin, for taking advantage of that. Here I try to take the politics of swinging and trying to remove the Kraum from defending the Teferi. But didn't work. I drop a plateau and then Red Elemental Blast the Kraum to remove any blockers. And also take out Kraum at the same time. It's kind of a 2-for-1, and maybe I can do basically 3-for-1 maybe. Also, I'm giving here the argument, you cannot hear this, it's only through banter, but it's the argument that I'm trying to make Alex not defend too much against this, because we know that Jin's hand is stacked, and there's no more fish for Alex to actually threaten any defense. At this point, it's just us trying to get rid of Teferi, because Teferi needs to be go. Okay. So there's a discussion on what should happen. Like Alex is saying that I should swing at Ace or Jin, but considering Ace has a 2/2 that can strictly block Najeela, and Jin has already a Dockside, there's no point. Yep, and then I immediately proceed to swing at Teferi. That thing needs to go away. And I pass my turn. Already have my Winken already on the table, so I can just need to defend her. That's it. Ace reveals Jeska's Will from Dark Confident, takes 3 to the dome. At this point, he has 9 cards in hand, so it's a dangerous point. Jeska's Will be really effective, since I think Jin at this point has 7 cards. That will be 7 red and 3 cards draw. It's pretty big. So here we go. Okay, so so Ace decides to go to the combat, since they are confident at the Teferi, and the Tymna at Alex to draw. So Alex snaps the Dark Confident and keeps the Teferi alive. That could have been a mistake because he knew there was probably an interaction. He could have had a Chain of Vapor, and that was basically it. And Teferi needs to go. That thing is really stupid on this style of pods, that is low creature count. So we're still considering what Ace is going to be on his turn. We still need to be afraid of what the Jeska's will do, since it's a really effective and powerful card. Okay, so tapping correctly, leaving the Badlands open for the black in case of a ritual. Okay, he plays like this so he can have the red from Jeska. No, I think I'll probably still leave the Badlands open if he's going that way. Oh, he's exiling the monkey. Yeah. Okay. Exiles the monkey for the red, so he has double mana open in case anything he needs it for anything. Yep. There's a Jeska's Will, and that's on the stack. Targeting Jin. Okay, so Jin drops a Swan Song in response, and Ace returns with a Red Blast. What will happen here? Alex is the one with a mana open. Well, we both have a mana open, but Alex Flusterstorms the Jeska's Will, and yep, order parity. So we stopped this Jeska's Will. We could have died at this point very easily if he just flips a few cards, like, I don't know, add-ons, or just keep going in the chain with 7 red mana. You can do lots of crazy stuff. Mana Farm is considered a really stormy list, so at any point in time, if he drops a really good card or just chains wheels, he can easily win. So we're here with checking that Jin cannot win with Baron because there's only one artifact. There's not even a point in maybe he could drop Baron. Okay, so and proceeds to pay 1 and drops a Proxied Stonecoil Serpent, the one the X enters with XX +1/+1 counters and has trample, I think, reach and protection from multicolor. At this board state, it does absolutely nothing. It's just a blocker or maybe a target for calling the weak in the future. So Jin goes to his turn, draws. Okay, so what will happen from this? I'm still kind of afraid of Jin because he missed what 2 land drops already with this turn, so that means his hand is completely stacked. He can do a lot with that board state. So here we go. So we have a Calling the Weak on Dockside, producing 4 black. So in response, Alex pluses the Teferi and draws and discards Opposition Agent, looking for interaction. Okay, so here we go. Jin has 4 black and 1 treasure. He could easily drop either Kraum or Tevesh. Probably Tevesh at this board state, since it's just better card draw, more effective card draw than Kraum. So he pays 1 black, 2 dark red. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana. With this, he will go to 6 black and 1 treasure. That will mean 7 mana. Secret. It's pointless, but You never know. The casual bane of everyone. So we have 6 black and 1 treasure and 1 land. So he taps Dark Slick and 2 for a Mean Betrayal. So Mnemonic Betrayal at this point is dangerous because there's a Teferi in play. The Teferi has fed Alex Rivers hugely, and there's a lot of stuff there. There's a way, yeah, so Alex has a gamble, dark grid, and a lot of crazy stuff that he can just win with that. He can actually gamble, snap, do a lot of stuff. So in response to that, I freeze craftsmanship the Mean Betrayal, stopping the play right there. And I did have an interaction for Ace's Jeska's Will. I didn't want to use a fierce craftsmanship since I wanted Alex to use his own resources for that. At least that was my mindset, and it worked out. We didn't die in both attempts at win. So here we're reconsidering what could he do, what's the lines he could take if he resolved, if Jin resolved the Mean Betrayal. But at this point, it's pointless to decide on what would the lines if Mean Betrayal doesn't resolve. So Jin is considering what. Okay, so Mean Betrayal is stopped, and we sag a breath. We can just breathe easy that we are not going to die at this point in time. But he still has 4 black floating. This could easily mean Tevesh. Yep, that's Tevesh. But he kind of made a mistake, Jin, here, with not swinging the dark side into the Teferi before calling the weak. It's 1 point of damage. It doesn't do much, but it's just a small detail that could have optimized his turn more. It's just a small thing. It doesn't do that much. Okay. Then he places Tevesh, making 2 thralls. That will, in his next turn, going to be feed to Tevesh for drawing 2 cards. So Jin pluses, Alex in his main phase pluses Teferi to 4. And discards, I don't know. I'm sorry, I missed that one. Oh, he discarded a Jeska's Will. And just drops Tassa's Oracle. And after the 3rd turn in a row, there's little no interaction. And then drops the consultation. Yep, that's the game. Yep, he got there through the Teferi. Amazing, that's pretty good. So Alex got the win there. Good. Someone had to win at that point. And the crazy thing is, if Alex didn't win the turn, I had the cards to go infinite on my turn. Crazy game. Good game. Had fun that game. There was a lot of attempts and everything. Back and forth. Really good game. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Stick around for more.